Hello, everybody. Welcome back to OSL Season 3. This is the second set of tonight's games. This is Echo versus Synergy, and I'm excited to see how these teams compete. These are new-ish teams. Echo, I think, being a newer team with some young bloods on them. Let me just bring up the tipping and see what we're working with tonight for these teams, because I've already forgotten
Blight,
basically immediately. I think we're starting off with another Blight set, aren't we?
Blight, Billy, and then Dredge is our three sets tonight.
Ooh, Black Billy Dredge. So a couple of S tiers followed by the Dredge set. I'm keen to see how it goes. On the side is okay. So we got Echo on the Survivors, and this is Synergy's pick of the Blight with Snags on the Blight. Okay, keen to see how Big Man does. Looking at his build, he's got pretty stock standard build, double speed, pop eruption, corrupt, wretched fate. Pretty normal stuff. We're doing a bit of renovations around the main building. On the survivor side, we have unsocial. I can't read that case, Sam. I'm going to be real. It's a bit too small for me. Fria? Oh my god, we find unsocial straight off the bat. Figia. Sorry, I'm so sorry. And then Chess Boy as well as I want to say Xylek TTV, but finding unsocial almost immediately. I'm keen to see how he does, but he's sort of cornered himself almost immediately in the main building. Not really where you want to be against a Blight, especially if you throw the power like that. He doesn't even need to use his power here, really. He can play a bit of an M1 mind game, build a bit of BL, but we do see unsocial playing very patient. He might be the light. We do see the vault coming through on unsocial, but Snags being very patient, missing the M1. A very nice vault from unsocial. He's holding the checkies, but a bit of Blight power usage from Snags. We might see the down, and we do! We don't! We hit the power through him! Scam from Snags. He's going to want a refund on that pallet break, but I think we're going to get hit the down onto unsocial anyway. A bit of a cheeky early down in the main building within his corrupt for Snags jumps.
Yes, as I was alluding to before in our earlier set before, we do see a bloke working 9 as well. We should be rushing straight onto that, getting a free tag. No, he's walking it down. Good man. Very, very good. Um, Blight is a killer that I know Snags has spent a lot of time on, and I know he really, really wants to perfect his S tier repertoire, if you may. And we did a lot of scrims this week. As I said, sorry, I was saying before, this is my proverbial dark horse in the race, if you may. These boys I work very close with. I'm very close with all these boys. I do unofficially coach them, if you may. So I'm always going to be more biased towards these boys because I want them to see them do well. But that's just me. Regardless, back to what I was saying though. Yeah, this is a set that Snags has worked really, really closely on. They've all worked very closely on it. So I would be very heartbroken for them if they did not get a good result. We do find unsocial here, kicking out the one match tick, and that's just going to be death, I believe. And that's a gen in the background. Eruption. We should just pick that as Delhi, I believe, not in the game at all. I believe as I see the medkit on the ground. So I don't know. I think it's a good start for Big Quinn here. Very good start.
Yeah, good stuff for Snags, finding your potentially deliverance play, we don't know. But Unsocial does have the medkit, which gives us a little bit of an indicator that this is our Delhi player that is being tunneled out, which is not what you want. No protections against tunneling out, nothing like that. Tunnel out is probably likely the Nia, potentially, or even the Kate. Maybe we do find Kate here at the Shack. She was walking, so I'm assuming this is maybe Sprint Burst, I can't quite tell. Getting a pop on a juicy gen there. We do see the pull from Unsocial coming through pretty quickly. Might even see an FTP. We do see the FTP come through from Nia onto Unsocial there. But I do want to know if Snags does take the tunnel out onto Unsocial, or if he tries to go for a down onto potentially Nia there. But no, not using his last token there to bounce off another object and then get the down to Unsocial. Instead, he's just going to be ending it early. A short swing to the pallet on Unsocial. Maybe not expecting a bit of an 8 play there from Snags. He's going to get a nice little injury onto Unsocial. We don't know what exhaustion Unsocial has as well, by the way. This could be dead hard, this could be live, we don't quite know, might even be overcome, but regardless, Unsocial is dead in the water. This is a tunnel out at 4 gens. It's looking mighty fine for Snags, Jarms.
I would only hope that, yeah, we do. So let's say right on cue. We do see a main gen pop. I hope that Shack gen does pop as well. Right on cue. Beautiful as well. So this is perfect for both sides right here. This is exactly what you need. The tunnel out was... The chasers were shit. I'll be completely honest. They were completely shit. But the gen efficiency from the boys in the background is something that I want to take note. Echo playing very well on the gens, rotating well. The def location must have been very nice as well, starting off. But 3 gens for the first hook, for the first death, I should say. Pretty much standard, pretty much what you need. Probably a little bit later than what Snags wanted because, it's an S tier killer and all, so the chases should be a bit quicker. But we are going to see Figia. I think this is one of the more players that's been around, not around for a while, but has been in the scene kicking the 1v1s, trying to improve the game. I have noticed them in the 1v1s pinging a lot, so hopefully they can produce. We are going to leave them, though. Maybe look for the Nia that is injured somewhere. We do find someone here, though. Straight down, right on cue again, so Smunk. That Nia right there picking up, so I would say that's just probably tipped the favor back into Snags' hand there, big man, honestly.
Absolutely, yeah. We also get a hook right next to a highly progressed gen. We're applying our pop eruption right then and there. We also have a Wretched Fate in play as well onto the Neo, so if she does manage to escape Snake's clutches, she's going to be doing stuff a hell of a lot slower. We see no progress at this little matchstick tile by main, but we're just going to rotate away and try and find either Phrygia or Chespot. We see a pull coming through very quickly, I might add, not letting Neo sit on the hook at all and cook, but we find Chespot here on the Ada Wong, flaring Snags, very successfully avoiding that injury. Extending this chase for as long as humanly possible. We don't unfortunately have any edge map tiles here, but that does imply the existence of a pallet within the pile of trucks here, pile of cars, I should say, sorry here. But we do get a cheeky little 2-token injure onto Chespot, which means we'll have our power back soon. Snags, pardon me, I'm choking on my air. Snags deciding to rotate away and just kick that gen, apply his eruption before he secures it down onto Chessboy. But it's a bit hard to tell where Chessboy is gone. He sort of disappeared into the fog. He's buggered off. We see the heal come through onto Nia. We're rotating back to this gen that we know they're going to be doing, and we do find Phrygia here on the Kate. Snags is not able to locate Nia, but that's okay, because if she is doing a generator, it's going to be at 33% slower, which is basically just like the strongest, slowest passive slowdown from any one perk in the game right now that Pentamento's nerfed. But we do get a nice little tag onto Phrygia, which is happy to see, and hopefully we're able to follow it up with a really quick down, which will be great to see. We see the gen, the power back there getting pre-dropped as Phrygia is trying to play around the main building as best as humanly possible. It looks like Snags was being a little bit indecisive, wondering if he should rotate away or not, but I think the best play here is to just commit to Kate here. She is in main building, but I think with a couple of rushes, she should be dead. I don't think she's got any crazy exhaustion. She doesn't vault the pallet, forcing Snags to break the pallet there with the rush as she does rotate away. We see another gen popping in the background. It's looking a little bit grim for Snags here. Echo are on the gens. A little bit of an unexpected result here. I think some people were doubting Echo a little bit, but they're showing that they're very competent on their survivor sides, and this might even lead to outs jumps.
Yeah, this chase is lasting way too bloody long. Way too long. I didn't like the play from Snags before to go stop the. He got a tag and then went kick the gen and then lost him. I didn't like that at all. He probably should have just committed hard out and got the down and secured some more stages while we were at it and got pressure that way. But now we're gonna have to just go back to the Nia, and Deadheart has been hit as well. And this Nia looking like a bot at the moment, but hits the Deadheart. I won't even lie, that was kind of steezy. But no, yeah, Snagsy needs to lock in, because this is definitely going to be out unless he gets it down right now. Does have 3 injured though, which is the saving grace.
You got 3 injured, you got the Nia mending, so she needs to mend before she does any gens. We just see it coming through there. Phrygia playing super safe, she's going to be dying by Shack, I dare say. Away from the active generators, we have a couple of eruptions on board. We kind of need to get the down now, because we know Chessboy's cranking a gen in the background. I think Echo are rubbing the greedy little mess together, but unfortunately the bounce is not just coming through correctly, and Snags missing a 5-token rush onto Phrygia there. That's going to be a proper kick in the balls for him, but his gen spread's looking mighty awful as he rotates back to his generator to try and catch someone out that might be working it. It is decently progress, but we don't see any scratch marks leaving the area. He's going to be dry kicking it. And we might see a bit of panic coming in from Snags at the moment, as while he does have the talent secured and we have 3 injured survivors, he's not any closer to securing a 4K here, which is the expected result on Blight, I believe, on Gashead. We see some scratch marks lurking and stalking by this matchstick tile. I'm not too sure who this is. We do find Nia. She's already used her Deadheart, but she's in the middle of bum nowhere, and I don't think she makes this cart junk clip, as we get a couple of eruption tags on the generators there, and we're just slugging here and rotating away. We do see, this might be a 4K one now. Echo have gotten a little bit greedy. We do see the auras here. We're going to be going for a down onto Phrygia, but with this one rush, we need to get a tag, but no, we bump into the wall there, not able to get the down onto Phrygia. We need to play to the best of our ability. We're just going to be a bit of an M1 blight now. Phrygia going for an absolutely pub Andy window tech, not quite working out, and it's all up to Chessboy. He needs to rotate over to me and get the pickup or secure a gen. At this point in time, Snags has brought it back from the brink,
no.
just by getting a really nice, a really nice eruption proc, and he's going to get the down onto Chessboy. All he needs to do now is just commit to the slug down near and then do a bit of cleanup. He's turned it completely on Echo's heads, and he's going to be securing a 4K1 here, Snags.
That is crazy. We do see Phrygia in the background popping the unbreakable right on kill as well, so that's going to be a down onto Zylik, and then we're going to have to get this down, zone him, look for the cross, big fella. Honestly, Echo Survivors played well up until we stacked that gen at 11. I don't know if that was the play. Obviously, hindsight, easy to say that. We're not able to find a Phrygia, so he must be back, man. We need to start rushing, getting a move on right over there before he does get that free pick. Don't see any scratch marks. Snags might be forced to pick one of his survivors here if it trades on long enough, Sir Smung. I think he's just back main though, surely, no?
Maybe, yeah. It's a bit hard to tell. You don't want these guys bleeding out or doing any silly trauma techs, but we see Zillick on the ground there. We see Fajir walking around over by main. He has a chem trap in his back pocket, worth noting as well. Ooh, Snags is sniffing him out. He's nearby. He
Oh, he
knows
does
he's
hear him.
nearby, and he finds
Yeah.
him, but this is sprint burst. It gives him a little bit of distance. If he's able to find a pallet, maybe he might be able to do a bit of a cheeky chem trap, but instead he's just sort of walking to the middle of nowhere, and Snags very happy with the comeback king, Mr. Snags. He's just got to play a bit of pickup and make sure no one bleeds out or gets the hatch, Mr. Jones.
Nah, well done, Quinny, big fella. It was scary. That Phrygia chase needs to be noted. That was a long chase. That was unironically, yeah, as you said before, this is 4 new players. I've never seen any of these players play on a comp team, and for your first game to come out, you had him up against the wall there, boys. That was impressive. I thought you was out in that at one point. I won't even lie, but no, this is just even more reason why I think this set will be these set of games will probably be the funnest for this weekend in terms of matchup and probably competitiveness. But yeah, no, well done, Snagsy, bro. Like, that was really, really impressive to watch. But also, again, let's not take away from Echo, because this was obviously Snags' pick. So I'm very interested to see if they've been locked in for the Billy set that will be coming up after we do see Echo's killer right after. Welcome back. Apologies for the wrong map. That will be negative points to the side of Echo. Eliminating that Tycon again. So that is two minuses we've had today, Sir Smug, in the Resurrection Leopard set, and now one in the Echo Synergy set. So that is very unfortunate. Again, I think it's noteworthy to add that Echo Survivors actually played really, really well up until that last second when we stacked the gen. Again, unfortunate. Eruption is a very, very detrimental perk, but honestly, Sir Smug, please take us away, brother, because I am very, very excited to just sit here and watch this gameplay right now.
I'm keen as well. In case you're wondering, you know, what does that change? What does the missing map change? There's no more Tycons. So if Echo's killer 4K's 1, not a tie, it's a loss. So they have to 4K2 if they want the Blight set to mean anything other than a loss, which is really rough. Where we have Fajir, I don't know how to pronounce your name, I'm very sorry, but we find Symmetry right off the bat at the edge map with a very nice flick onto him, and that's going to be a very good start for Echo's killer here, but we're going to be coming to the chase onto him, just trying to find our bearings. We don't have a very good tile lane. We have a 4 lane, not the best thing in the world, but we are rotating over towards, looks like it to be a rock filler, but no, we're just rotating around the generator a little bit, just playing around this to the best of our ability, and thankfully, Echo's killer is missing the rush, allowing Symmetry to rotate over to main building and play a much more stronger area. This does force Echo's killer to break the pallet here, and also give Symmetry the window. If he is live, this is going to be a great boon for him, but I didn't hear a vault noise, so I don't know if he slow vaulted that, or if maybe he's a head-on or something like that, but no, getting the stun there onto Fajir. Very nice play from Symmetry, and he's going for a little bit of a run here. He was a bit caught out at the start of the game there. The edge map gave a free tag, but he definitely made up for it, and this forces Echo's killer to rotate away and get a bit of pressure here, but we also, in the build, we have Ruin available, so we're going to be doing a bit of passive regression here on the generators. We see some lingering scratch marks around here. I'm curious to see who we find. Oh, and it looks like it is your boy Hazza, my ex-teammate from Asbestos, legendary player overall, and goated survivor. I'm keen to see how he does against the Blight here, but he does get a very nice stun. He rotates over to these truck loops, not quite getting the stun there on the power, but it does force Vegeta to break the pallet, and he's not really playing super committed. We see Symmetry get reset there in the background, and he rotates away. Did you catch what item Symmetry had there, by the way?
Medkit,
Medkit.
Medkit.
Yeah, medkit. So we haven't committed to the Deli player. Very interesting.
Yeah, I was waiting for you to I was going to get into that. I thought that was interesting as well. Didn't commit to the Symmetry main. Had this big say ready about how he had to have a really good chase now, and how he worked really hard to improve his the ability to play Deli. But we see Sin Halo there putting on a flare, Jiggy City, going to main as well. So that was 5 rushes used. He'll make this main. No, he won't before the M1, which is a bit unfortunate. But he will be able to play main. Choosing to go down to 11. So obviously the death location being calm, you need to head down to 7 side. Honestly though, I won't lie to you, Smug. This is a bloody great start from Synergy here, and yeah, Hazza not just staying true to form. Pretty unfortunate that he didn't want to be a part of the boys. Nah, I'm just kidding. But finally we get the first down there onto on Halo there. Very good chase from Luca as well. All of these boys, all of them playing very well to start off this game, and I hope that we see 1-2 pop. If I don't hear my doorbell in the next like 20 seconds, I'm going to be upset, because that means the gen pressure's just not there. It's just not there.
Yeah, very good plays overall. We do see main popping there from Burrito by the looks of things, and I think we saw another gen getting done as well, unless it was a double gen. I think it was a double gen. I think both Symmetry and Burrito were doing main, so a bit unfortunate there. Oh no, we do see another gen popping in the background, so we do see two gens popping for that chase, which is very good. Halo is in a bit of an unfortunate position where he's sort of on the hill in the middle of the map, and we have a decently highly progressed gen there where Ruin is just eating away at very slowly. We can't make much use out of our pop eruption yet because Ruin is still active and can't kick the gens, but that's alright because we get the passive slowdown from Ruin, which is super valuable anyway, and saves us a ton of time outside of kicking the gens and doesn't eat into our regression events that will lead to a blocked gen not being able to be kicked. We do see some lingering scratch marks, so it looks like we might be seeing probably Symmetry here going for the save. Was that sound like Laurie, no? And it was Laurie. Interesting. So I wonder if maybe that's our daily player. We just take the swing at the Halo in case he's dead hard. We see a third gen popping in the background, and it's looking really grim for Echo's killer here, as he kind of needs to 4K right now, and it's not looking like it's happening. And Synergy Survivors are having a run for the money, but that was a really nice blight play from Vegeta onto Halo, and if this isn't DS, it's DS. Oh, that sucks. But very well played from him anyway, as Halo is going to need to go for another generation run. Wasted out there. I think he could have maybe waited a bit to get the stun when after the fatigue was end, but he is playing around the tile very well, and just forcing Vegeta to break this. He's probably going to get the blind and trying to go down, but he misses the blind. This might result in the death, especially if he runs directly into Vegeta for a big warm hug.
Yeah, he gave the bro a little bit of a kiss there, and slugging the DS is interesting. I know we are choosing to pick, and yeah, you're right. It should have been 4K right then, right now. I can't lie. No, very tough, very tough. It was kind of a really average chase, but it lasted long enough for them to get to the death location. You had that DS as well. They are going to pop Shaq in the background as well. Double, so that is it. Synergy get the first set.
Yep.
Well bloody played to the boys.
Yeah, very gen efficient, much more gen efficient than Echo. We had a really good start as well. This is their pick, so they clearly practice it very well and quite consistently. So very well done to Synergy here for a very good showing. And now we want to see Feature just sort of playing around. I'm so sorry if I pronounce your name like wrong 18 times. It's F-I-I-J. I think that's Feature. I'm sorry. I just apologize. What can I say? But we do see Hazard here coming in for the pull. Not quite able to get a trade there, but we're just going to continue through the tunnel onto Halo. Halo not having access to his DS anymore. He might have Dead Hard. I'm not too sure. I don't know if we've seen an exhaustion for Halo. I'm assuming he probably has Dead Hard. Is this babysitter on Hazard? Because Halo, it looks like he's hauling incredible amounts of ass. And he was, but unfortunately he just wasn't able to play around it too well, and that's going to be a tunnelet at 1 gen, but I wouldn't be surprised if we see the last gen getting popped very, very soon, as the spread, looking a bit grim.
Yeah, and right on Cubic Fella again. Beautiful. It was beautiful timing as it gets. That is the last gem popping, so 3 stages for your game is all you're going to be needing. We should get 6 here if we can down Symmetry. That is the Delhi player from recollection. If not, it might be Burrito. So we'll have to figure out who that is after that. But Sim getting tagged in main there. Bloody well played to the Synergy Survivors, though. I know this was their pick, but that was just a real bit of a stomping, you know. Has a Burrito and a couple of other boys, the newer boys getting involved. Like, that's, oh, as we get jiggered on behind the rock. It's shit out, Darren.
Yeah, very well played from Synergy Survivors. A very by-the-book bite set. But we're going to have all 5 of our tokens back up, so someone's going to die here. He's rushing to here. He's going to play for the most amount of stages possible. He's going to get Burrito. It could be Deli, you're right. Hazard is still in the map somewhere. We did see, I think there was Symmetry on the guy, I can't quite tell. But, yeah, this could be Deli. I think Deli was Symmetry, though, not Burrito, but I could be completely wrong. And really well played from Synergy, just sort of dealing with a Rowan that didn't seem to affect them at all. Didn't give a damn about Rowan, and that means that the Blight wasn't able to sort of apply his proper options at all. He was just corrupt Blight handy. He didn't get to play around to many of his resources there, and I am curious to see if
oh, it is Deli.
Oh, he is Deli. I thought that was Sim, but no, it is Deli, and I think it's Deli Sprint Burst who's going to be able to make it out alive pretty easily if Hazard's able to take a body block. Even then, I think just basic beats gets out, but perfectly trying. My boy can count to 10. That's a lot more than you can say for a lot of DBD players. Where he set a fire Piston! Get pissed on. That was a huge cracker from Hazard. Very well played. But good effort from Echo as well. They put their best foot forward, especially on that Survivor set. Very well played from them. But do you have any closing comments, Jarms?
Oh my god. Nah, well bloody played. Well bloody played. Actually, to both sides. I'm so keen to see this Billy set. It's been a good start back to the season. I'm really excited. But we do have a Billy set coming up. My favorite killer, one of my favorite killers, and
Ooh.
This is a set we didn't have a lot of. We see no Mother off the rip, so beautiful to see. I love it. I love it. Back to how it used to be, big fella. Let's just take it away, Bull. Take it away for me.
I did notice as well as we went into the game here that Unsocial is a P100 Billy, so I'm keen to see how well he does. This is Echo's pick, so we might see some crazy plays, but we find Symmetry again at the edge map. This man cannot stop being found at edge, but let's see if he gets a cheeky little chase like he did on the Blight set and runs the Billy for a while. Unsocial looks a little bit laggy here when he's breaking the power, but Symmetry being very liberal with the players here on the Blood Lodge, but I don't know if he has anywhere to rotate. We do have the blue saw, and unfortunately, Symmetry getting clapped immediately. That is a very quick down for Unsocial, and exactly what you need to get your foot in the game here, and I'm very glad to see that. So that'll be a very quick hook on the side of Echo here, and really showing everyone why they picked the Billy here. They're very confident on Social's ability, and I'm keen to see how Sin bounced back from like such an early down as well, but that being said, I think the tiebreaker for this is Dredge, so I'd be very, very happy to cast a Dredge set. I love my boy Dredge. Everyone knows I love Dredge. He's my boy. I love him. I love his ugly head. So I'm keen to see how they play around, and we see him almost an immediate pull into Symmetry. And as you said before, Jumps, I'm honestly so excited for this season. So far, these games have been fantastic, both just watch and cast. And we find Symmetry almost instantly. Does he have any resources, or is he his chopped liver? But no, we do have a pallet here. Do we get a crazy flick on it? But no, we're just using our blue sword to break that pallet and then zone him away to an area where there are no resources. We know from loading in here that Halo is our DS, so we don't have any DS. This might be balanced. Landing on Symmetry will remains to be seen, and it is balanced on Symmetry. Unsocial lagging out a little bit. He looks a bit stuttery, but let's see if he can hit this crazy saw. But no, missing the saw. It zones Symmetry away from any resources, but no, he makes it back into this tile here. It is just a pallet by itself, but do we get M1 mind game? But no, Symmetry rotating away from the pallet there as Unsocial tries to do a bit of a cheeky mind game, allowing him to go over to the cars here. With a bit of a saw here, we don't have any overcharge saw. I'm keen to see if he's able to maybe get it down, but spacing's a bit weird. He's just choosing to zone Unsocial away back to this corner of the map, and this is definitely a chase you wanted to see Jones from Sin at the start, but no, it's coming a bit late in the game, but that's okay for Unsocial because he still has a good bit of time. He hits the curve. Very well played from Unsocial there.
Yeah, that was a good chase from Sim. They needed that on the rebound. Shocked that he went for that flick around the edge map there, and I'm even more shocked that he even hit it. I can't lie. That was really weird. We will see probably two in the background pop. Now, this is where it gets a bit sticky because they might have to pull Sim a bit earlier than usual, but they kind of have to let him hang in this situation. So it brings this sort of awkward sort of decision that you have to make. Do we pull early? Do we let him hang? I think you got to let him hang here and just hope the chase is good. We are having a chase on Halo, so hopefully he can last longer, even though he is the no mother. The bro still does have pop. He's going back to the hook. Hasn't used the pop goes to Weasley as well. So just probably going to confirm. Maybe, I don't know if we've had a rotate in yet. I'm not too sure. I would imagine someone's around waiting for it. Maybe the deli, maybe Burritos in the back. We do see 10 pop, so I think he might actually know where everyone is. So smug from that. I don't know, that was a double as well, so he does know where everybody is. I don't think anyone's set up for this, so this could be bad, big man. This could be very bad.
You might see Hazza sneaking in for a pull soon, but we know Halo and Burrito are both here. Burrito playing around the main building to the best of his ability. I think Unsocial is going to be clocked that Hazza will be rotating into the save, and we do find a big Hazza here for the save, but I think he's going to go before the saw onto Hazza. This might be our Delia play. I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure if they're going to play around the builds a good bit, but we get the saw onto Hazza, and we let our tunnel out, scamper away to the other side of the map. We get a fresh hook secured here onto Hazza. This gives us our pop eruption as well, so if we're able to find where the agenda working, that'd be a huge pressure build for us. We see a Krogan that's disturbed in the background, so we know roughly where Symmetry might be, but I think instead we found a Burrito that we have, but I'm curious to see, do we see any high progress gens? We do. We see this high progress gen right here. That was not deliverance coming through, so there's at least two survivors over here by the hook. Probably Halo and Hazza, I dare say, so we know where two injured survivors are. If we can maybe eliminate one of them here, that'd be huge. There are no resources in this area of the map. We've basically used all the pallets here, so Echo have to play very precarious. Is that Symmetry IC going for the unhook? No, that is Halo. My apologies, it was a bit hard to tell, but I think Halo's going to be able to very easily make the window here. He has resilience as well, but we're going to be doing a little bit of a cheeky bound. We have wide down to Shaq's side of the map, but we also find, I think this is Burrito here working on this generator that is erupted, so I think Unsocial kind of losing his tide. He is just going to be playing for freshness a little bit as he does chase down Burrito this next to the main building here.
Yeah, and this is a pretty detrimental part in the game, because now he's sort of not really got anything going for him in a sense. They're all lost. He sort of doesn't, I guess 3 inches on the Billy, it doesn't really mean anything, to be fair, but I guess he's sort of trying to hold this really, really tight region that I think he's eyeing off that 3-5 and that main that he's got there. And I think they need to probably get that gen out the way. If they get this gen out the way now, it should be smooth sailing from there because they have a really dirty split after that. And we do see I believe that was 7 in popping in the back. I don't think that was me. I think that was 7. So we are going all the way up to 12 here just to see what's going on, having a gander. Not really in the gens that he wants to be in. Again, yeah, that was kind of a clinical moment in the game because now he's lost everything. Doesn't really have anyone to chase. He sort of needs to last find Sim, get it down like now, maybe yesterday even. We do see Haz get reset as well, so that's very nice. They are taking this very slow, Synergy that is. And it's good to see that they really, really want to play for the best result they can on Survivor, which is going to set their killer, who I believe will be Symmetry on the Billy. So he'll be first-time killer as well. He does get reset right on cue as well. So it's good to see the discipline from the young men out there. And I know that Hazard would be leading them with good comms, and I'm very impressed with what I'm seeing right now.
Yeah, we has a team captain on Asbestos as well. He did a lot of the core comms, and from my time on Asbestos playing with Hazard, he's very calm, collected, very good team leader as well as a very good individual survivor. On social, had a lot of steam at the start with a very quick down into Symmetry, and then just unfortunately lost the tunnel out there. And we've come to a bit of a grinding hole. While we do have some key gens being held, slowly regressing, we are unfortunately able not to find anyone as we just zoom right past Burrito. They're hiding behind a little bit of a boulder. We know that there's some progress on this generator here, but we don't see any scratches or anything leading away from it. So is there someone here very close, or have we called for a pre-lead from Burrito? It's a bit hard to tackle these gens. They're in a bit of a straight line, allowing on social to just sort of beeline it straight down the middle here, but we do find Symmetry. This was our timeline earlier in the game, and he is going to be playing around man building. This is going to be our balance landing place. We'll be able to balance landing all the way over to the shack there. We do get the balance out the way, but we're just going to be dropping Symmetry and then going back to some generators here, looking around. We see a crow land there, but I'm pretty sure that was just disturbed by the Billy himself. I wouldn't be surprised there's a gen up the top map who's getting cranked by someone. It's not getting cranked. Okay, we're playing... Oh, it is getting cranked, just barely, though. We're playing it real slow, real careful. It is a bit of an unfortunate situation because you kind of have to rely on social committing to a chase. But that depends on who you want to chase. And we do find Burrito here in the middle. This is our sprint burst player. He gets the blue sword, but I don't think he's able to get the curve, especially if Burrito pallet stuns you like that. But with a bit of a cheeky kick, he's got kind of nothing to work with here. Burrito can't die here. This is the middle of all of the active generators, but Unsocial not quite able to hit the curve here. But with there being a lack of resources available to Burrito, I think this will spell the end of him, even though Unsocial did just lose Blue Sword. But Burrito with a bit of a duck in on the junk tile there. He's going to be playing around the Z wall to the best visibility, just trying to buy as much time for his team as humanly possible. But Unsocial, mate, you got to get a sword right here, right now. You needed it about 3 hours ago, buddy. But it's going to allow Burrito to sort of rotate down to this edge map pillar, as Unsocial does stutter the sword a little bit, going for a little bit of a curve there, but he's lagging a bit as well, starting around, and he's trying to leave this chase, as Burrito's made it all the way down to an edge map pallet, and dying in a pretty good spot. We also see Halo working this main building gen, which is a bit precarious. It's got decent progress as well, about 75% of the way there, and it's looking grimmer and grimmer as the game goes on for Unsocial. I was expecting a 4K result with how that first bit of the game went, but Synergy have done a miraculous job recovering.
Yeah, it looks like those midweek scrims pulled off really, really well. We worked a lot. We see one man that's stun pop in the background as well. That's not what we need if you're on social. So, my lord, this gens that we have right here are very tight, very, very tight, tighter than you know what. So, honestly, we're going to have to break this really, really, really quickly. I don't know if it's even possible. This is your deli, hopefully. Hopefully, you just set Burrito here on this deep gen. Maybe you stack out main, a few of the boys, and just let Burrito have a good chase with Deli and just pop off, because he's got jungle here, so if he lasts a bit... Burrito's having a god chase, by the way. Big Justin. Greens, that gets hit through it anyway. Pig shit.
Getting the melee treatment there, a bit of lag from Unsocial. We see the main gen pop from Halo. This is going to be out for certain. This is an unfortunate result. This is not what you want if you're Echo, but you never know. This is their pick, so maybe their survivors are ready and prepped for the game. But it's looking pretty grim. If you can get it down onto Burrito and then secure a death, that'd be really good. But we do find someone lurking here trying to do the door by the shack. We're just going to rotate away. Is this Symmetry? It needs to be anyone but Symmetry. And given the fact that Unsocial is just sort of running away, I think that is in fact Symmetry, the one person you don't want to see. This is looking like a two-stage. This is very, very grim. We do find a Halo here, a bit of an easy target with the no mither. But we also know that Halo has resilience and a couple other things up his sleeve, like the Lithe to make a bit of distance if he's able to Lithe down to shack side. But Unsocial going for the bit of a BAM play. No, not quite. Playing around a bit of a melee style gameplay. Just trying to get the M1 onto Halo. But Halo has a really good set of connecting tiles to him. And I am curious to see how Halo gets out of a bit of a sticky situation. He might need to run down the map a little bit. But he doesn't have a ton to work with here, Jarms. It's looking a bit grim.
Oh my... What the hell was that? I don't mean any disrespect when I say this. I wonder if the bro's on controller. It looks to me like he might be on controller. It might be the lagginess, it might be the stiff movement, I'm not too sure. But this will be 6. So 6 stages from Team Synergy on the Billy. Who would have thunk it? Who would have thunk it? GG's, boys. That was beautiful to watch. He's had 3 Gem Buller? My god.
Yeah, they did really well in that recovery. It was looking a bit dicey at the start with Symmetry there, but you protected your tunnel out well. Hazard traded there at the end, and then Symmetry picked and didn't commit to the tunnel out to Symmetry. If he had committed to the tunnel out on Symmetry and not hooked Hazard and just slugged him and committed to the tunnel out, he might have been in a completely different scenario, but going for the trade then, just not finding a tunnel out was like, I think the nail in the coffin for him. That just set him up for a bad match, which is really a shame. But 6 stages, 3 fresh, not a great result for the Billy, all things considered. But with that being said, we still got to play the second half of the Billy set, and what I like to say is never say never. This is Echo's pick. The Echo Survivors might be cracked in the Billy set. High on the 4K3s. We've seen teams get 4K3 wins, and when the previous game, was a 4K2 Tycon, stuff like that. So I am keen to see how the Echo Survivors do, because there is a chance that they pull it back from the brink and we see a Dredge set. But that remains to be seen. We have Synergy Symmetry on the Billy. How do you feel about this matchup, Jarms?
As we see a bloke that's not even looking behind him yet, we find him really, really early on. Sim first ever killer performance. I did get confirmation during our break as well that the other bro that played last game was on controller, so explains the janky movement in a sense with the sticks. The cogs were turning on the bro. He played well with that being considered, but we do find 2 blokes down here. They're not chest boy. Might have to have a good chase. We do pre-drop that pellet, break this, and looks like Big Joey Symmetry, I should be saying, is locked into this first chase. Oh.
Yeah, bit of a fumble on that saw there, but that's okay. We see Halo playing around the check with the best visibility. There is a good chance that Symmetry gets a crazy saw here if Halo's not paying attention. Sorry, Chessboy's not paying attention, but Chessboy is paying a good bit of attention, but he nearly vaults directly into Symmetry. He needs to use the Shack Pallet now, and if he doesn't, he's going to die. Pre-throwing that Shack Pallet, very wise of him to do. Symmetry does not have his blue sword just yet. On this dash, he should be able to make it, but he's winding down the saw here, just getting a bit of spacing before he starts charging up again, as Chessboy does have the bust to play around, but oh my god, he's walked directly in to Sim here, and Symmetry missing his saw. That's not good. That's going to buy him a ton of time, because this allows Chessboy to get this power, but he's a greedy little bastard. This is the type of greed we talk out in the Bible, and he's going to pay for it costly with a down.
Yeah, long chase though. GG's Chessboy. That was a ripping chase. That's 3 split on as well from 3 different blokes. Chemtrap on the builds, you pigs, you bloody pigs. But standard build from Symmetry as well on the kill side as well. The Eruption Rune combination followed up by your Bam and Corrupt. Always standard on the Billy. Chain into that door right there. We see scratch marks leading down. But yeah, that was a long chase with 3 blokes splitting. So I will expect to see 3 gens popping very soon. So I don't think he'll be able to tunnel out at this point in the game. But we have it on social. Obviously too early to say. We see 1 pop. We see 12 pop as well. So we kind of need this down. Maybe now. If we can get this down, maybe slug, maybe get another down. We're going to get some pressure going. Choose not to send the saw. Do you get that? No, we don't. So, the panic's going to set in now. They might actually be able... it might go to Dredge, big boy.
I kind of hope it does go to Dredge, because that'd be pretty high, because I don't know how both of these teams are going to deal with Dredge. Dredge is a super comms-heavy set, and both these teams are relatively new with each other. Maybe the comms aren't set in stone, so I'm curious to see how they perform on the Dredge and how their Dredges perform, actually. As in Season 3 of OSL, we have Dredge back, but we have field-recorded Dredge in particular. So he's going to have a very explosive early game if it does end up going to Dredge, but Symmetry seems pretty keen to just confirm the second stage onto Chessboy here. Echo should be getting this sign here, this comment from Chessboy saying he's confirming me to just go off, split off, start doing different gens. We do see a decent little 3-gen there of like Shaq and then those surrounding gens, but we find the Nia here playing around the star here. This is our Noma the Gamer, which I believe will also be our DS play, but we also find Kate here, a bit out of position, just barely missing that sword to Fija. But Fija, I don't think he makes his part. He does just barely. We do see our rule next to that tile as well, but he's going to have to throw that part and try and rotate to a new one. We see Nia going in for the save. This is a bit messy. We're trying to go for the save on the Chessboy, but the Billy's here. We need to be getting on gens and not on unhooks. This is looking pretty grim, and I think Symmetry's pretty keen to just, like, face cam Chessboy, I guess, Jarms.
Yeah, that was a bit interesting what was going on there. I don't know how that third gem with progress hasn't popped by now, and the fact that Ruin has been on this game for the whole time until I apologize, it's still in the game. So that gem, whatever that gem the other bro was on, is completely probably negated if no one's gotten on it. I think Unsocial might have rotated for it, and I believe it was about 70 from what I saw, which is still not amazing. Gen probably should have popped. Probably should have been rotating to a new gen, because now the scenario you found yourself in is you've just let the bro kind of go second. So you've just let the bro die on hook for nothing, really. I mean, he'll lose a gen for it. He's not going to lose one for it, but he should have lost the gen that he should have lost ages ago. So really, we don't get anything from this, assuming Sim doesn't get ran for, I don't know, the next minute and a half. I think he'll be fine to reach his win con.
Yeah, and it's not a hard win con to reach, right? Like, well, this is going to be 7 stages, 3 fresh is the win con. We've already got a kill. Our tunnel out coming through successfully. We see Kate also rotating down to a bunch of resources, but this is the area where the active gens are. You don't really want to be chasing. You want to be taking it onto the other side of where main building is currently. You don't really want to be playing around the bus, but Symmetry seeing a bit indecisive is going to be rotating up here. I think we heard Unsocial maybe cranking one of these motors here, but I'm curious to see what they're doing. Also, they've been doing main, but we're missing skill checks. Team Echo, we can't be affording to miss any skill checks like that. We've seen another loud noise notification, but that was just the Nia blocking the window there. But we are aware that Echo knows where Ruin is, because we saw a chase happen at the tile where the Ruin is. It's in the middle of the map right there at the car tile. So we know that 2 of the survivors know where it is. But they might just be happy to try and play around Ruin, but this is going to be an M1. This is going to be an M1. It's going to be a French. What are you doing, buddy? You can't be letting him get away with that. You could have M1 much earlier, but unfortunately, let's go to the loud. Need to get away with what should have been a down, but hopefully he can make it up for a quick down onto Kate here. But no, Kate's got to go over the vault of the fun bus here, and she's got a great bus to work with. All the while, Unsocial's cranking a gen in the background. Jams, what do you think? Are we going to see Dredge?
I'm so confused. We're just revving at the wrong time. I think we're a bit nervous, which is understandable. It's gonna just be a test of nerves, as corny as that is to say. Whoever just plays better and makes the better communications. I believe, you know, Symmetry would have his team talking to him right now, telling him not to panic and shit like that. And I'm assuming the boys are in the VC lock the fucking right now, because these boys are playing well. Echo, that is. On the survival, that is. It was getting a bit hairy. I'm not like the mid game was a bit sticky, but no, they're playing very well. This bus is a very, very, what do you call it, a nuisance for Symmetry to be dealing around and chainsawing around. But no, they are playing well, and he needs to get it down, as you would say, Bullet, like kind of yesterday, because yeah, that Janet main was chugging away, and 8's chugging. He sort of has to commit this, and here's another filler here as well, and we get to that. Oh, mate. All right. So SIM card business is very simple, but that was nasty.
That was really. I mean, after like how many saws that were missed, it was really nice to see just like a really clean car flick there on the Billy. So it was really nice to see. I was really expecting it. My apologies, okay. I'm sorry for harping him up, damn. But we do find I think it was Unsocial there, but I'm curious to see how they go here, because Echo, you've died in the middle of your 3-gen. You can't be doing that. And we do find Unsocial here. We're going to ban this window, and he has no resources to speak of. This side of the map is as bald as they come. But yeah, Symmetry's just going to be bouncing back and forth between this person with no mither and also the main building. But he's kind of not in a terrible situation to work with. It's looking a bit dicey, but you do eventually need to get the Kate out, right? Like, I don't know what the points look like, but I feel like you need all 3 survivors out here, and I think against the Billy it's going to be hard, but you can't. Essentially, all he needs to do, he doesn't even need a camp feature anymore. He just needs to down near and then phase camp, and then he wins, right? He's up to 7 stage 3 fresh.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't really know what he's doing. He doesn't need a proxy camp this person at all. He just needs to down Unsocial or near, and then just sit in front of them and, you know, do nothing.
Yeah, maybe that lack of that killer experience in the macro is coming in. He's probably making some mistakes. He's 4 seconds here, so that makes it 5-2 at the moment. So just to confirm, he does need that 7-3 or just 7 in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah.
You go, big fella.
Sorry, I was going to say, yeah, all he needs to do is just commit to Neo. He doesn't give a damn about his gens. Just commit to Neo, you win. But he seems very content with trying to play for a 4K1, which I don't know if it's the wisest decision possible, as it would be infinitely easy just to go for Unsocial or go for Neo and just win. Again,
very, very. I mean, you are the killer main, big fella, and I would heavily agree with you. surprised we're not just committing. We do finally maybe make the decision. You've made the decision for him, it seems. You've spoken into his ears. No, he decides to flick away, which would have almost been a very, very nice chainsaw onto our social. But no, yeah, I don't think Unsocial's what you need here. We're chainsawing back to main now, so very, very indecisive playstyle coming out here. And this window on Bus is just very, very annoying to play around. He does have bamboozle though, so this chainsaw needs to hit right. Cancel. Just walk him down. Or get flicky with it. My God, it should be dead.
Even if he gets flicky with it, it's a no mither Neil. Like, you just go for the M1. There's no dead art to be seen, and he's just gonna get the down and then the hook because it's no mither, and then like it's Tycon at the moment. So if Echo are able to pop a gen, get near out the gate, they win. Against Billy, I don't see that happening. I think this is still a win in Synergy's favor, but it's close, which is concerning. It probably shouldn't have been this close. I think just some macro mistakes in Synergy's end, like, you know, we could have committed to that Nia like 4 years ago and then got the hook and then come back to our gens and we would have been fine, you know? Like, she's no mither, you don't have to go for a sword, use M1 and you're cooked. But we get the unhook, we're at Tycon right now, 3 fresh, 6 stage, and we do find Kate in the middle of nowhere, so all we need to do is just get a quick down on Kate, put up on a hook, and we're happy days. But she is rotating over the Jack by looks of things, but she is probably going to get sword here, but no, we're going to collide with the loop there. Unfortunately, get staggered, but if we see Echo bopping a gem, we might even see Kate able to maybe get jiggy around Shaq and then go for the hatch, but just cancel your song, going for an M1, and that's the W. We put Nia on the hook, and big wins for Synergy.
Yeah, I would agree with you, big fella. That probably didn't need to be that close. We do see the gen in the background pop, but with this hook coming in right now, that will be the hook. That will be the 2-0 to Synergy. Honestly, some few side notes from my personal mind. Well done to Echo. They're a fairly new team. Like, I personally, no disrespect, I do not recognize any of these young boys, but nah, some of them played pretty well today. Couple killer mistakes. Obviously, Synergy came out, did the thing 2-0. Well done, boys. I'm very proud of you. But few things that both teams could sit in the VOD review and maybe make some critiques on, because yeah, very minor mistakes. Some major, not as many as the minor, of course. But you know, you obviously want to improve to the best of your ability. But I thought we had good games all around here. That was four really high level sets, big dog. So I'm happy, regardless that we didn't go to Dredge, which I would have also, for your reference, would have liked to see as well. But nah, well done. 2-0 to Synergy. Well played, boys.
I would have liked to see Dredge as well, but yeah, just unfortunate that it was such a like if this is Echo's pick, right? Like if Unsocial had maybe played a bit better in his set, I know it sounds a bit harsh, you'd probably be seeing an Echo win on the Billy set because Symmetry just didn't seem to have the macro knowledge, or maybe he is deafened in his VC or something and not listening to his teammates, because I feel like his teammates should have told him, hey, just commit to Unsocial or Nia, face camp them, and then you win. We see the gate being open this time. We see probably Kate and Nia getting out, but I'm curious to see if maybe Echo tries to go for the best result possible. And we could have attempted the flick there from Symmetry, but unfortunately allowing Unsocial to get out. We see the stun there coming through onto the Billy, and we have a smash hit play. That gate looks like it's wide open for Unsocial, but I think he's getting zoned away from it. He's not going to be able to make it. He's just hauling ass down to Shaq here. He does not make the party, unfortunately. And he's just going to go, but he ducks, but he's going to be trying to go for the hatch. Oh, no, he got stuck in the wrong. He gets that. Oh, dear. That was very close to being a an actual win from Echo. So a very surprisingly close game between Echo and Synergy. But
could you imagine if that mattered, bro? Like if that
mattered, I'd be fucking heartbroken. That would be awful. Just getting stuck on a rock and giving them the hatch for free.
Sorry,
and then
bro,
get like the smash hit into the nightmare fuel. But yeah, very well played all around. I would have loved to see a Dredge set, as I do love my Dredge. I love my ugly little man. But very well played from both teams. Congratulations.